This mission, dubbed Operation Midnight Hammer, marked the first direct U.S. strike inside Iran since 1979. But it wasn't just a strike. It was an orchestrated air-sea assault involving more than 125 American aircraft, including stealth bombers, electronic warfare jets, fighters, and ISR platforms. At its core were 7 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers flying nearly 40 hours nonstop from Missouri, supported by dozens of aerial refueling tankers that formed a rotating air bridge from the U.S. to Iran and back. 5 mid-air refuels on the way in, 2 more on return. In parallel, a nuclear-powered submarine, likely the USS Georgia, launched over 30 Tomahawk cruise missiles from beneath the Arabian Sea. Their targets, Iran's most hardened nuclear sites, Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. The result, a precisely timed, multi-domain operation that caught Iran completely off guard. Today, we'll break down how this operation was executed, the cutting-edge tech that enabled it, and what it means for the future of conflict in the region. The USS Georgia, submerged beneath the Arabian Sea, loosed more than 30 Tomahawk cruise missiles toward Natanz and Isfahan. At the very same moment, 7 B-2 Spirits lifted from Whiteman AFB in Missouri, their departure masked by a decoy wave of B-2s heading toward Guam. What most headlines missed is the sheer scale behind those numbers. Over 125 U.S. aircraft took part in the operation. Everything from F-22 and F-35 escorts to E-3A WACs and EA-18G Growlers for electronic warfare, plus dozens of KC-135, KC-46, and KC-10 tankers that refueled the strike package 5 separate times, en route and twice on the way home. When the B-2s finally reached Iran, they released 14 GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators, nearly 30,000 pounds each, against Fordo and Natanz. From first launch to last bomb, the action spanned about 6 hours. Iranian radars never saw it. No fighters scrambled. No U.S. casualties reported. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe and don't miss the next one. The Tomahawk missile remains a cornerstone of American strategic strike capabilities. These long-range missiles, weighing about 1,600 kilograms, can fly over 1,000 miles at ultra-low altitude to evade radar. Using advanced GPS, terrain matching, and visual scene guidance, and even mid-flight targeting updates, they achieve 5-meter accuracy. Launched from the USS Georgia, which carries up to 154 Tomahawks, the salvo against Iran was executed with ruthless efficiency. Silent, invisible, and devastating. Nothing compares to the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber when it comes to sinking deep underground sites. Each bomber carried 2 GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators, bombs weighing 13,600 kilograms each and capable of penetrating 60 meters of rock. Fordo, once considered untouchable beneath 300 feet of mountain, was hit so precisely it collapsed partially, obliterated according to U.S. officials. Over the next hour, all bombs were dropped without alerting any Iranian defenses, not a single radar trace, missile launched, or fighter scrambled. While the missiles flew and the bombers vanished into radar shadows, a silent force watched from the waves. The U.S. Navy. At the center of this maritime web was the USS Georgia, submerged deep in the Arabian Sea, launching its salvo of 30 Tomahawk cruise missiles with surgical timing. No radar signature, no warning, just silence, until the explosions lit up Iranian skies. But the Georgia wasn't alone. Sailing just beyond the reach of Iranian coastal defenses, the USS Carl Vinson Carrier Strike Group had taken up a forward position in the Gulf of Oman. Alongside it, guided missile destroyers like the USS Thomas Hudner and USS Gridley equipped with the powerful Aegis combat system, stood ready to intercept any Iranian retaliation. These ships can track and shoot down enemy missiles with seconds of notice, forming a naval shield around the operation. Further west, satellite imagery hinted that the USS Florida, a sister Ohio-class submarine to the Georgia, may have entered the Red Sea as a contingency platform. Another 150 Tomahawks within reach if things escalated. Overhead, P-8A Poseidon patrol aircraft operating from bases in Bahrain and Diego Garcia conducted real-time surveillance. MQ-4C Triton drones orbited silently at high altitude, feeding intelligence back to U.S. Central Command. Combined with data from reconnaissance satellites and cyber monitoring units, the U.S. created a 360-degree dome of awareness: air, sea, land, space, and digital. And even beyond that, electronic warfare aircraft and E-2D Hawkeye early warning planes likely provided jamming and radar coverage, just in case Iranian defenses woke up. This wasn't just firepower, it was coordination at the level of seconds, not minutes. A real-time symphony of ships, drones, satellites, submarines, and stealth bombers, all moving with precision across thousands of kilometers. Iran never saw it coming. This is what modern warfare looks like when every sensor, every shooter, every byte of data is part of the battlefield. Iran responded by firing over 80 ballistic missiles at Israel. Most were intercepted, but some landed. The Strait of Hormuz was threatened with closure, trapping 20% of the world's oil supply. Domestically, U.S. leaders varied. Some praised restored deterrence, others criticized bypassing Congress. Military analysts agree. Damage was significant, but Iran still holds 400 kilograms of 60% enriched uranium, enough for warheads if they accelerate enrichment. This was a profound show of power, but also a high-stakes gamble. Operation Midnight Hammer shattered illusions of invulnerability for Iran. Nuclear sites once deemed secure are now stark symbols of vulnerability. It also reaffirmed an American doctrine. The U.S. can strike anywhere, anytime, unseen and unchallenged. But each strike brings its own momentum, accelerating tensions, pushing foes to respond or escalate, and raising the question, did this prevent a future war or just light the fuse for the next one? Comment below. Is this a necessary strategic action or a dangerous new chapter in warfare? Subscribe for frontline updates on how this will shape alliances, energy markets, and global security. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay vigilant.